The lights of Las Vegas burned brighter than ever as the 2025 American Music Awards rolled into town, igniting the city with a spectacle of stardom, style, and sensational performances that had the whole world watching. With none other than Jennifer Lopez at the helm, the night was destined to be unforgettable before the first note even played, but what she brought to the stage surpassed all expectations. Known for her magnetic energy and timeless appeal, Lo delivered a breathtaking opening act that combined high-octane choreography with sultry stage chemistry, culminating in a bold on-stage kiss with two of her backup dancers that instantly went viral. The crowd roared, social media exploded, and the tone was set for a night that would be anything but ordinary. As the red carpet rolled out across the vibrant Vegas Strip, the world's most stylish celebrities made their entrance one by one, flashing cameras capturing every designer stitch, dazzling accessory, and confident smile. Ciara turned heads with a futuristic metallic gown that shimmered under the desert lights, channeling a fashion-forward energy that was equal parts regal and rebellious. Close behind her came Shaboozey, whose genre-blending hits have shaken up the charts all year. He made a bold statement in a neon-stitched tuxedo jacket over a black mesh shirt, breaking all the rules and setting his own. And then there was Rod Stewart, the living legend, walking with grace and mischief, dressed in a velvet emerald suit with a cheeky nod to his rock and roll roots. He waved to adoring fans, his signature spiky hair still defying gravity as confidently as it did decades ago. Inside the venue, anticipation hung in the air like electric fog. With Kendrick Lamar leading the nominations, the audience knew they were about to witness a battle of artistry at the highest level. Kendrick, whose lyrical mastery and genre-defining work have made him a dominant force in music, was up for multiple awards including Artist of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Hip-Hop Album. As the crowd settled, whispers turned to cheers when he walked on stage to accept his first win of the night. Dressed in an all-black ensemble with a single diamond brooch pinned near his heart, Kendrick gave a speech that was equal parts gratitude and insight. He spoke of legacy, responsibility, and the power of truth in music, his words resonating deeply with both the crowd in Vegas and the millions watching around the world. The night wasn't just about the hits of today, though. It was also a celebration of icons whose influence shaped generations. When Janet Jackson stepped on stage to receive her Lifetime Achievement Award, the theater erupted into a standing ovation that lasted nearly a full minute. Dressed in an elegant, floor-length silver gown with her signature high ponytail, Janet stood radiant and regal. Her voice trembled with emotion as she accepted the honor, thanking her fans, her family, and the countless dancers, musicians, and creatives who helped bring her vision to life over the years. A powerful tribute montage played behind her, featuring clips from her groundbreaking music videos, legendary Super Bowl performance, and her evolution from child star to cultural titan. Not to be outdone, Rod Stewart took his moment in the spotlight as well, honored with the Icon Award for his decades-long contribution to rock and pop music. He swaggered onto the stage with the energy of a man half his age and delivered a quick-witted, heartfelt speech that had the audience laughing and cheering. Stewart then picked up the mic and launched into a live rendition of Maggie May that had the entire auditorium singing along, from the VIP in the front row to the technicians in the back. It was a moment of pure musical nostalgia, reminding everyone why Rod Stewart remains a beloved figure in music across generations. The performances throughout the night were nothing short of spellbinding. Doja Cat transformed the stage into a dystopian cabaret with dancers on stilts, LED walls flashing hypnotic patterns, and a surprise mid-song costume change that had jaws dropping. Taylor Swift made a surprise appearance with an acoustic medley that spanned her career, strumming her guitar under a spotlight that felt like moonlight. The crowd was so silent during her performance, you could hear the emotion in her voice with every note. Post Malone, joined by Morgan Wallen, delivered a fiery country rock crossover that involved motorcycles, pyrotechnics, and an audience sing. Along that shook the rafters, newcomers also made their mark. Rising star Amara Black stunned everyone with her stripped-down ballad, sung with nothing but a piano accompaniment and a single spotlight. Her voice, raw, emotional, and haunting, brought many in the audience to tears, signaling that a new vocal powerhouse had officially arrived. Even the seasoned stars looked on with admiration, nodding to each other in silent recognition of a rare talent blossoming before their eyes. Backstage, the energy was electric. Stars mingled between interviews and quick changes, hugging, laughing, and celebrating each other's wins. Cameras caught glimpses of behind-the-scenes magic. Lo giving final notes to her dance crew moments before taking the stage again. Kendrick sharing a quiet conversation with Janet Jackson, both of them smiling with mutual respect. Ciara and Taylor Swift exchanging fashion compliments as stylists bustled around them, adjusting trains and fixing heels. Social media was ablaze throughout the night. Hashtags like #Amas2025, #JLoMagic, and #KendrickWins trended globally within minutes. Fans posted screenshots, reaction videos, and highlight reels faster than the show could keep up. Memes of Jennifer Lopez's kiss were everywhere, spawning light-hearted debates, fan fiction, and wild rumors within hours. Kendrick's speech was dissected line by line, hailed as one of the most powerful moments in AMA history. And Rod Stewart's timeless charm became the subject of affectionate tributes, with fans of all ages posting memories of his music through the decades. Among the surprises of the night was a new duet between Billie Eilish and The Weeknd, who debuted a haunting, cinematic track that no one saw coming. The performance was minimalist, with only silhouettes and swirling fog, but their voices interlaced like smoke and fire. It was eerie, beautiful, and immediately unforgettable, suggesting a new chapter in their artistic journeys. As the final hour approached, the energy never waned. The AMA had found a rhythm, an emotional roller coaster that moved from euphoria to reflection and back again. The production team outdid themselves with seamless transitions, lighting that felt like magic, and sound engineering that captured every whisper and every roar with crystalline clarity. The crowd remained on its feet more often than in their seats, dancing, applauding, and basking in the glow of a night they would never forget. The highlight reel could hardly contain all the show-stopping moments. From Jennifer Lopez's sizzling return to the AMA stage to Kendrick Lamar's dominating wins, from Janet Jackson's tearful tribute to Rod Stewart's legendary live performance, the night was a time capsule of everything music fans love: passion, talent, drama, and joy. The American Music Awards 2025 reminded us that while trends may come and go, true artistry and connection never fade. Every note, every tear, every laugh shared in that space was a reminder of the enduring power of music to unite, inspire, and elevate. Behind the glamour and glitz, though, there were the quiet human moments, a young fan meeting her idol for the first time backstage, hands shaking as she held out a vinyl to sign, an old-school producer hugging an artist he mentored years ago, their eyes misty with memories of long studio nights. The makeup artist who quickly fixed a smudged eyeliner before a camera close-up, the dancer icing her ankle after a physically punishing number. These were the threads that, woven together, created the tapestry of the Amas, a dazzling, dynamic, deeply human celebration of everything the music world stands for. Even as the credits rolled and the confetti settled, no one was ready to leave. The spirit of the evening lingered, a melody that echoed in hearts long after the music stopped. The American Music Awards 2025 didn't just showcase music. It told stories, sparked dreams, honored legacies, and opened new doors. It was a night when stars aligned in every sense, turning Las Vegas into the capital of magic, melody, and unforgettable moments. As the final notes of the closing performance echoed through the venue and the spotlights slowly dimmed, the audience remained spellbound, soaking in the last remnants of a night that had been nothing short of extraordinary. The cameras may have stopped rolling, but the magic that unfolded inside the American Music Awards 2025 was still reverberating in the hearts of everyone present, artists, fans, crew, and viewers alike. It wasn't just a celebration of music, it was a global moment, a cultural bookmark in time. Jennifer Lopez took one last stroll across the stage, waving to the crowd as confetti rained down like a shower of dreams. She blew kisses into the audience, her iconic smile glowing brighter than the lights that surrounded her. It had been a night of risks, reinvention, and raw talent, and as host, she had held the reins effortlessly, guiding the night with the grace of a queen and the fire of a performer who still had everything to prove and nothing to lose. Her closing words echoed with gratitude, unity, and a reminder that music is the one universal language that always finds its way into the soul. In the hours that followed after, parties began across Las Vegas, spilling into penthouse lounges, rooftop clubs, and secret invite. Only gatherings where the music industry's biggest names came together not just to toast the winners, but to share in the triumph of survival and evolution. Kendrick Lamar, still holding onto one of his trophies, was seen deep in conversation with rising stars, giving advice, sharing stories, and quietly inspiring the next generation to dig deeper, speak louder, and never compromise their truth. Ciara lit up the room with her infectious energy, dancing freely as if the night had just begun. She laughed with longtime friends, posed for a flurry of impromptu selfies, and twirled under the neon lights, her gown still sparkling with every move. Shaboozey, overwhelmed by the outpouring of love for his unique sound and style, leaned against a corner wall as fellow artists came up one by one to congratulate him, some with praise, others with offers of collaboration, and all with genuine admiration. You could see it in his eyes. This night would mark the start of something new, something much bigger than even he had imagined. Meanwhile, Rod Stewart, the living legend, took to the piano in a quieter corner of a private suite and began to play a few chords just for fun. Within minutes, a small crowd formed around him. A few people hummed along. Others just closed their eyes and smiled. In that moment, time seemed to bend. He wasn't an icon. He wasn't a performer. He was simply a man sharing his music, the way it all started. No stage, no lights, just heart and melody. A young singer standing nearby whispered to her friend, "That's why we do this." Janet Jackson, glowing from her earlier tribute, sat surrounded by close family and friends, finally letting the emotions of the night wash over her. She sipped champagne, listened as people shared memories, and occasionally wiped away a tear when someone said just the right thing. It was clear that her career, her legacy, meant more than platinum records or soul. Without stadiums, it meant impact. Her speech had reignited discussions across media outlets and fan communities about the importance of honoring the pioneers who carved the path for today's stars. She hadn't just accepted an award, she had reminded the world of the roots from which modern pop and R&B blossomed. In the digital world, moments from the show dominated every platform. Viral clips of Jennifer Lopez's sizzling kiss, Kendrick's powerful speech, and the emotional reaction of Billie Eilish and The Weeknd's haunting duet were being reposted, remixed, and memed at lightning speed. Analysts predicted this would be the most streamed and shared AMA in history, not just because of the spectacle, but because of how human and vulnerable it all felt. For once, the glamour didn't overshadow the grit. The artistry wasn't polished to perfection. It pulsed with life, imperfection, and truth. Fans around the world began creating tribute content within minutes, reaction videos, cover performances, analysis breakdowns, and best-dressed roundups that flooded YouTube and TikTok. Every age group had found something for themselves. Young fans discovered legends like Rod Stewart and Janet Jackson for the first time, while longtime music lovers felt seen and celebrated in the acknowledgments of artists who'd been shaping culture since the 70s and 80s. Music journalists were already working overtime to publish think pieces dissecting the themes of the night, the blurring of genre lines, the growing influence of Black and Latin artists, the fusion of fashion and performance, and the resurgence of live vocals and stripped-down arrangements in a world dominated by studio perfection. It was clear the AMA weren't just reflecting the current state of music, they were helping shape where it was going, beyond the stage and the after parties. There was a deeper impact in the industry itself. Label executives, producers, and creative directors watched the night unfold with fresh eyes. They weren't just scouting for talent, they were witnessing the birth of new trends, the rise of new voices, and the shifting expectations of global audiences. The message was loud and clear: authenticity rules. The age of overmanufactured artists was fading fast, and in its place was a renewed hunger for originality, boldness, and emotional resonance. And for the performers themselves, the night was more than just another awards show. It was a reminder of why they started in the first place. Beneath the glitz, beneath the applause and accolades, every artist in that room had once been just a kid with a dream, singing into a hairbrush, scribbling lyrics in notebooks, making beats in their parents' basement. The AMA reconnected them to that first spark, that pure love for the craft that can sometimes get lost in the chaos of fame and expectation. As the sun began to rise over Las Vegas, casting a golden hue across the city's iconic skyline, a quiet calm settled over the Strip. The signs were still glowing, the streets still buzzing, but the storm of the night had passed, and in its wake it left a trail of inspiration, creativity, and renewed passion. For some, the night marked the peak of a lifelong journey. For others, it was just the beginning of something spectacular. Either way, the American Music Awards 2025 had done what only the greatest shows can do. It had captured lightning in a bottle and released it into the world as music, memory, and magic. And somewhere in bedrooms and garages and tiny home studios around the world, a new generation of artists sat inspired. They watched every moment, replayed every performance, and whispered to themselves, "One day, that'll be me." Because that's what music does. It lifts, it connects, it dreams. And on this unforgettable night in Las Vegas, it did all of that and more.